Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's everybody doing? Good morning. Hey, Heather. Good morning. I am in beautiful Las Vegas,
Nice.
Nevada. Not too far from. Well, I'm staying at the Mandalay Bay at the EXP Con, and it's just been a great event. So many amazing things that are happening with EXP. So much to take in. It's like drinking out of a fire hose as usual. So because I'm on my cell phone, I can't really see if Coach Burt has logged in yet. Coach, are you there yet? Okay.
No, he's not.
Okay. So a few things that I'd like to share from the event, from the conference. And yesterday we had Nick Sagarucci, and he has just such an amazing story. If you don't know who Nick is, he basically only has one arm and no legs. And so he obviously, and he was pretty much born like that. And so he definitely has some things that you feel would hold him back. And he has achieved, not only as he was growing up, he became a successful wrestler. He set his mind that he wanted to wrestle on his high school team. And then he set his mind that he wanted to be a successful entrepreneur and a speaker. So, and now he's one of the most successful entrepreneurs and successful speakers, motivational speakers in the country. So I've got a few nuggets. Coach Burt, are you here yet? Okay.
No, he's not.
What's that?
No, Coach hasn't logged on yet.
Okay. So a lot of the things that he was talking about is he's said there's three parts to the brain. There's the thinking, there's the doing, and then there's the being, right? Let's say, for example, if you go to drive a car, when you first learn how to drive that car, you're like, okay, get the mirror set, get, everything dialed in, put on a safety belt, and it's all hands on deck when you're driving that car. You are extremely focused. You're thinking and you're doing and you're being. But once you develop the skill to drive that car, then I'm sure all of you have probably gotten in the car. How many of you have gotten in the car and you've driven somewhere and you completely had no idea how you got there, or the drive there, you didn't even really think about it. So we have to be present with thinking, doing, and being. And we have to do the reps. When you go to the gym, you've got to do the reps, right? And the same way with learning how to drive, you've got to do the reps. And the same thing is with life, with our business, we've got to do the reps. And especially now with a changing market, we got to do the reps. So, Coach, are you here yet? Okay, he says he's logging in. And again, we have to begin with the end in mind and remember our why. Remember why we're doing this. And that's going to create the energy for us to do the things that we normally need to do, that we need to make the call. And it almost just needs to be mindless, or we need to just pick up the phone and dial without necessarily even really having, once you do so many things over and over, then you're going to be able to just, because you've done those reps, you're going to be able to make it happen. So, Coach, are you here yet?
That's right. Yep, I'm
Hey,
here.
Coach, what's happening? How you doing this morning?
Good. I apologize for being a few minutes late. I was teaching Brad Lee and I are doing an event here at the lodge, and I was
Nice, nice.
so I had
Well,
to
I'm down in Vegas. We were having a great event here at the EXPCon at the Mandalay Bay, and we
Yep.
have people from all over the country that are here, and we have all people all over the country that joined our Zoom. So I'd like for you to just share a little bit about yourself, and then let's rock and roll with follow-up and conversion.
Good. All right, Coach Burt, former championship women's basketball coach, written 17 books, and I considered to be the #1 activator of Pre-Drive in the world. And I'm coaching some of the top EXP people in the world, some of the top real estate agents in the world. And one of the things I coach people on that we're going to be talking about today is follow-up and conversion. And it's not sexy. What I'm going to tell you today ain't sexy. Okay. But when I wrote the book, $1 Million Follow-Up, I wrote the book because I watched how people followed up with me. And I began to go, people don't know how to follow up, and they don't know how to follow up correctly, and they don't know how to bring a person to a decision. Okay. And so I write this book, $1 Million Follow-Up. We're actually about to come out with it, $1 Million Follow-Up for real estate agents. And I said, man, there's a fortune. There is a fortune left in the follow-up. Okay. And I started going, what is the problem? What problem do we have? And we really have two problems. One problem is most people do not play the percentages as it relates to the number of times a person should be followed up with. And that number should be 7 to 15 touches. Okay. And that is based on stats that say 80% of the time it takes 7 to 15 touches to convert a prospect to a client. The national average for real estate agents is about 1.8 to 2 touches. Okay. And let me tell you why that's not even close. We live in the most distracted times we've ever lived in. There's too much information. There's too many things coming. There's too many decisions to make. I could have wanted a house yesterday and went home and watched the news last night and not want one this morning. Okay. I could have looked at something that I loved and said, this is exactly what I want. And by 7 a.m. the next morning, want something else. So what happens is the purpose of the follow-up is to stay in a flow and a frequency with someone and create so much value for them that when they do choose to buy or sell a house, they only use you. Okay. Now let me tell you why this is a problem. 98% of agents never follow up with clients after they put them in the house, after the transaction is over. Now, let me ask you a question. How important is your database today when interest rates are at 7.5%? See, you should have been thinking that is that important when interest rates were at 3%, because you don't need more money. You need more people. The people have the money. Okay. And so this is a full contact sport. Okay. And so when somebody indicates interest, let's say I go out to Lake Tahoe, and Tom can attest to this. I went out to Lake Tahoe. We had a small group of people show up in the room. Okay. We collected their data and information. I have 10 people in my phone to follow up with. Everybody see that? I put them in a very specific section of my notes. By each person, it says green or X or haven't got in touch with, or so here's the deal. These are people who walked up to me when I was in Lake Tahoe with Tom and said, I want to do something with you. Okay. So guess what we do? We initiate our 7-touch follow-up, and we work to bring those deals to a close. And Tom will tell you, I am relentless when it comes to this. I not only work these people, I work Tom. I go back to Tom and I say, who is serious? Who's not? Who's got it money? Who don't? Who will pull the trigger? Who won't? Like when I follow up with people, I'm going to take these 10 leads and I'm going to work them to their conclusion. And the conclusion will be 7 touches. Okay. And here's what I'm looking to do. Okay. Patrick, what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to locate their problem and their ambition. Okay. That's 2 things I'm looking to locate. So I may call this one Tahoe Tony. Tahoe Tony, it's good to see you. Coach Burt, man, I loved having you in the room with me. when you were there. Man, you walked up to me and said this was incredible. Matter of fact, Tahoe Tony, we took a picture together. See, I took a picture of me and old Tahoe Tony and put it in my phone so I would remember what he looked like. Okay. And so I walked up and I said, Tahoe Tony, now you told me this was incredible. You'd want me to come back to Lake Tahoe. You'd help me fill a room. Brother, what are you trying to do in your business? And how can I help you do that? See, as long as there's dreams and as long as there's problems, there will always be ways to make money. As long as there's dreams, that's an ambition. And as long as there's problems, there will always be ways to make money. So when I follow up with people, so that's one example, okay? Now, Tom, then I went to Orlando, did a contractor con, spoke to contractors. Look at this. These are all the people who walked up to me and said they wanted to do something after I spoke. Now, by each one, it tells a note. Spoke to him on this day. Folks call back. I advise coach this. Then I go to the next one. Okay, this one's got a exclamation point beside it. He wants to do the couples retreat. He wants to be in my coaching program. Okay, my sales guy, Craig, has talked to him 3 times. Okay, see, then I go back to Joseph Hughes. Okay, Craig left the voicemail, text message. Craig called him, left the voicemail. See, I'm going back through this and I'm collecting data and I'm following up on that data. I'm collecting data and I'm following up on that data. And I'm working that data until I find a deal. Okay, I'm on the phone with a mortgage guy last night, 10 o'clock. And he says, you know what you and I should do, coach? We should start our own title company. He said, I've already got it all set up. You got influence. You got people. He said, you've already got an insurance company. He said, man, there's no telling how much money we can make together in the title business. He said, man, I'm going to call you tomorrow. We're going to work it out. He said, I'd like to take one of them offices in your new greatness factory in Nashville. And I would like you and I to own this company together. And I'll be one of your first tenants in your greatness factory. Now, this is a mortgage guy that we're monetizing through a title business by him being a tenant in my greatness factory. And that brings money back in to the equation. So here's the deal. It started with follow-up. That guy bought a $9.95 book for me. I followed up with him one day. What are you trying to do? He said, man, I'm a mortgage guy. I made $4.5 million last year. I'm looking to build my team. Okay, great. I followed up with him again. What can we do for your team? What's the problems? What's the ambitions? Okay, boom. Next thing you know, let me come up to Michigan, spend a day with you and your people. Then we took that to the next level. Why don't we do this, this, and this? Then I put him with my CRM company. Then I put him over here on with my digital marketing people. The next thing you know, that guy's invested $150,000 in us. And you know what he said? Coach, nobody follows up like you do. Nobody. Now, here's my point. In today's market, the number one thing you should be doing, in my opinion, is following up with as many people as you can on deals, partnerships, opportunities, ambitions, dreams, possibilities, anything you can to stay in front of people today. All your past clients, all your friends and buddies, anybody who's ever thought about buying real estate with you, all of your database. See, to me, follow-up, the purpose of the follow-up is to rekindle an initial attraction. It is to help a person make a decision. It is to bring strategy and encouragement. Okay. And it is sometimes to challenge the premise of the prospect. When they give you some kind of bogus reason why they're not moving forward, you need to get in there and fight for the deal. Okay. Now let me give you an example. I'm working on a real estate deal right now, downtown Nashville. You guys have heard me talk about it. I want to purchase a condo. There's reasons I want to purchase it. It's about anywhere between 1.6 and 1.8 million. And I said to the first real estate agent, man, it's not worth 1.8. I had it independently appraised. It appraised at 1.65. Okay. And she goes, okay, just call me back when you're interested. Another real estate agent called me one day. She said, I heard you with your dream of purchasing that condo, and I know you want to purchase it. I put together some creative financing for you where you'll actually put less into the deal, but the owner of the condo will actually make more of the deal. If he will owner finance some of it, you get 60% of the loan through the bank. And she drew up all these formulas on how I could get into the condo. He could get what he wanted. I could get what I want. Okay. And she presented it. She took more initiative than any other real estate agent. And she said, if I could show you how to put this deal together, would you be open to it? Now, so she presented it. It was a little confusing and how all the numbers worked. Now, what I would like to see her do next is say, can I get your undivided attention with your banker, with your mortgage guy? And let me present these numbers to you. Let me get you to approve them. And then let me present these numbers to his agent so we could put this deal together. Everybody see that? See, she presented it to me. She had my attention. Then she kind of lost my attention. What she should be doing is, coach, when can I get 15 minutes with you and your mortgage guy to see if we can put this deal together? Okay. So follow-up is the persistence to keep following up, keep following up, keep following up. Oh, I don't have your attention right now. Coach, can I get on your schedule for next Monday? Coach, can I come to your house and show this to you? Coach, can I get on the phone with your mortgage guy to even see if this is a play? Can I talk? Can I have permission to talk to the seller's agent to see if this is an option that he would own or finance a percentage of this? And I could actually present this opportunity to even see if it's a possibility, coach. See, what I don't see in the real estate space is initiative. Tom, would you agree? I don't see initiative to follow up, work a deal, work an angle, work a person, work a banker, work an insurance. I coach so many real estate agents, but what I don't see is this kind of just dogged persistence to take a lead and keep going until you have figured it out. Now, Kurt Peterson, I was calling the guy last week to get him into my coaching program. And I said, my coaching program is $4.99 per month, Monster Producer. And you get this. And he said, coach, I'm a contractor. I got a big family. I can't get to $4.99, man. I love you. I want to do something with you. I said, look, here's what I'll do. What if I could give it to you at $2.99, but I can't give you the whole thing, but I can give you a part of it. He said, I would do that deal right now. I said, okay, let's get your credit card. Let's get you started. I'll give you access to my Monday calls. I can't give you these things. And he was so appreciative and grateful, okay, that I would do that with him. Now, here's the deal. I just created a $3,600 commission to me. Tom, you see that? $299 times 12 is $3,600. I just created $3,600 commission to Coach Burt by finding a way to put the deal together. Okay, because I'm going to keep going until I can work it. Okay, you don't like option A? Let me give you option B. You don't like B? Let me give you C. You don't like C? Let me go to D. Let me keep going, because you do want to do something, like you do want to buy that house, don't you? You told me you hated your old house. You told me you love the bedroom on this house. You told me to go find what you were looking for. Man, let's keep going until we find this deal for you and we can put this deal together for you. Do I have your permission to go do that? See, this is what's missing in the world, is this kind of persistence, this kind of consistency, this type of intensity is what's missing. Now,
Coach, real quick question.
Yeah.
Why do we feel like we're bothering people if we're following up with them? Let's just say, for example, on a listing, we have a listing opportunity. Someone wants to sell their home. We book an appointment for next Friday. So what my system is to right away, as soon as we book that appointment, to send them an email and also to send them a text, and the next day to give them a call to try and move that appointment up. And the excuse that we give is, hey, I know we're going to meet next Friday. I'm just confirming all of the qualities of your home and the square footage. I see that you're 2,200 square feet. I want to make sure we can get you the most for your home. And by the way, I've got an opening in my schedule tomorrow. Can we meet tomorrow? Because time kills all deals. And then when we send them that email, it's an excuse to follow up and call them the next day to confirm that they got that email. So there's a number of things that we can do to move that appointment up and to connect with them sooner. What other tactical suggestions do you have, Coach? Number one, with the mindset, don't be afraid to follow up. You're not bugging people. And then number two, other things and tactical ways to follow up.
well, what I say to people is there's a power in taking action. We lose 10% of momentum every day we don't act, and maybe more. And then I say, have you ever been on the wrong side of momentum? And they go, oh my gosh. Ethan says, I've been, oh yeah, absolutely. Everybody's been on the wrong side of momentum. I'm like, we don't want that. So time is our friend. Speed is our friend here when we're doing real estate deals, because you may be looking at something you love and it may be gone tomorrow. So with your permission, can we go ahead and work this like a pro? Listen to how I said it. With your permission, Okay, Heather Sims, I'm gonna go find exactly what you're looking for. I'm gonna present it to you. And we're gonna get moving on this. Sound good to you? And I keep people in a forward posture. I keep people in a forward posture. So I got asked to go speak in Dubai yesterday. And I said, look, man, I'll have you a date by the end of the day. We'll get it on the calendar. We'll get it moving. Then I went to people in that another speaking engagement said, look, I got to get you on the schedule today because I'm going to Dubai. It's a big trip. And I'm coordinating my whole January. It's about to be completely full for 2023. We want to go ahead and get a date for you on the schedule. Now, here's two options. Which one would you like to choose? And they're like, I'll choose this one. See, what I'm doing is I'm creating a sense of urgency, because this is one thing the world desperately lacks: urgency, intensity. Okay. So what I want to do is, hey, you're interested, man, I'm going to get you on my schedule tomorrow. We're going to find out exactly what you're looking for. And with your permission, I'm going to go to work like a champ for you. Now, here's how this is going to work, Ethan. I'm going to be sending you houses that fit the exact criteria you're looking for. We're going to get you moving quickly. We're going to narrow that down to the top 3 choices. And we're going to come up with a strategy and how we can help you purchase this house. That sound good? Now, I'm going to tell you, Ethan, it's a crazy market right now. Things are happening. People are moving. What I want to do is we cannot waste time. So it's real important, Ethan, that when I call you, you call me back quickly. Okay. And we keep you in a forward posture to make sure you get the home you want. Okay. Does that sound good to you? Yes, it does. Okay. Boom. Let's get this party started and get rolling. Everybody see that? See, it's uncommon to have this kind of urgency. I know the reason you got to create urgency is because people can be excited, then they lose the excitement. And then once they've lost their excitement, you've lost the deal. Time kills all deals. Okay. Time is not your friend on deals, guys. So you have to create this intensity to move towards something. Okay. And if you don't, it's not going to be there. I'm just telling you, there will be no intensity. So here's a question I asked too, Tom. On a scale of 1 to 10, Savannah, how serious are you about moving on this? And if they tell me anything above a 5 or 6, I consider that serious. Okay. Sounds like you're in the game. We're going to go find this property for you. With your permission, I'm going to present it the best option I can for you. I want to gear you up to make a decision. Does that sound good? Okay. Now, I've got a great real estate agent in Florida, and I gave him a $3 million budget to find me a house in Florida. Okay. And I told him exactly what I wanted. And here's how he framed it. He said, Coach, there's less than 5 houses available here. I'm going to go find you a house off market that's 90 to 95% of what you want. He said, when I call you, you have less than 1 minute to tell me that it's a yes or no. Okay. Because that's how fast things move down here. He said, now I will walk through the house for you. We'll do a live on the phone video. I'll show it to you. I'll take pictures of it. He said, but when I find it, it's either I want all your financing lined up. I want everything that we can say we can find it. We can pounce on it. Does that sound good to you, Coach? And sure enough, 2 weeks later, he called me. He said, I found it. It's got exactly what you want. Big swimming pool, screened in porch on the 2nd floor, 5 bedrooms. It's beautiful, Coach. He said, 1 minute and the clock is ticking, sir, if you're ready to put it under contract. That's how he talked to me. Right. And he said, oh, yeah, by the way, I know you told me 3 million. Best I can do is 3.35. You darn real estate agents. You all know that we'll go over. That's only $350,000 more. Now, here's my point. I love that. I thought this dude is a freaking Navy SEAL. Like, this is incredible. And guess what? He found me exactly what I wanted. And he convinced the seller to sell it. Now, here's the deal. That's intensity. So part of follow-up is excitement. It's enthusiasm. Man, we went and looked at this house, Austin. It's the best thing I can show you. It's on the market, but it's hot. Man, what would stop us from drawing up a contract tonight on this thing? Well, I don't know. Austin, I got to ask you a serious question, brother, because I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't say this to you. How would you feel if I call you tomorrow and tell you this house is no longer available? Okay, because that's a real possibility with a house like this one. So what do you think? Could we put it under contract? Could we get you started? Could we get you moving? How would you feel if I had to bring you another house when I know how much you love that one? And he may say, I don't like that at all. Okay, then we got a time clock, brother, and we got to move quick. And I'm gonna follow up with you first thing in the morning to make sure you and your wife are on board. If there's any hesitation at all, be 100% transparent with me. Let's get all our cards on the table, because that's the only way I can negotiate on your behalf. See, real estate agents have got to get back to being professionals. What I mean by that is you should be a pro. You're a negotiator. You're a pit bull. You're a person of interest. You're like I'm coming to you because you're good. Okay. And what if Kurt came to me and said, look, I'm thinking about joining your coaching, but I'm not going to join to 2023. Do you think I would say, okay, hey, come back and see me in 2023? Here's what I'd say, Kurt, I wouldn't do that, brother. Why would we waste 90 days here at the end of the year? This is actually the best time to get to coaching, so you can get started and be on fire January 1st versus wait till 1st, and then you're not ready till March. Now, I've been doing this 30 years, Kurt. There's no way in the world I'd put this off for 90 days, man. I'd get started today. The best day to start was yesterday, Kurt, but you didn't start yesterday. So the next best day is today. So let's get you rolling. Everybody see that? See, this is what I call prey drive and persistence, guys. Prey drive and persistence. It's the ability to collect data, follow up on that data, collect data, follow up on that data until you have brought it to a close. That means you brought it to a conversion point. And a conversion point may be I'm out. Okay, and that's typically touch number 7. Any questions?
So, Coach, let's say, for example, that you did not set the proper expectations. I love the fact that you set proper expectations, because right now there's a lot of fear out there with the economy, with the world, with the market. And so what has happened without setting proper expectations, buyers will get into contract and then they'll freak out, they'll get scared, and then they'll want to cancel. So how do you set those proper expectations right up front?
I think to your point, and I do know that people are doing that, because I had a mortgage guy said he had 4 set to close and 4 people backed out just last week. That's why follow-up is even more important today. You should be following up with them to keep reaffirming their decision. And let me tell you why. When a person makes up their mind they want something, there's virtually nothing that can talk them out of it. They'll overpay for it. You got to keep reaffirming the decision. This is a great decision. We're excited. We're going to get you across the finish line. When they bring up things, you address them quickly, and you just keep the ball moving. You keep the ball moving in a forward posture. But right up front, you can say, it's going to be hard. Okay, this is going to be a hard deal to put together, but I'm going to do it for you. You're going to have some insecurity. You're going to freak out a few times. But you told me your B was for me to get you this house. And what I want to do is not listen to our feelings during these moments. I want to get you across the finish line, and I promise you, you can thank me later. You can thank me later when you're 100% happy in this house.
Good stuff. Well, any questions out there in the world?
Okay.
Well, Coach, hey, this is great stuff. Thanks so much. Now you all get your inspiration. Time to put in the perspiration. The fortune is in the follow-up. So
100%.
let's take our unfair share of the market right now. A lot of other agents are backing off, laying off, shutting things down for this last quarter. There's business to be had. Every single day, there are people that are buying and selling because of the 5 Ds. They're buying and selling because there's divorces, there's deaths, there's diplomas, there's diapers, and then there's the daily grind. People are buying and selling. Let's get our unfair share. Thanks, Coach.
Hey, love you guys. Tom's one of my favorite clients of all time. He's always learning. He's always growing. And let me tell you something, dude follows up like an animal. I love it. I absolutely love it, man. We're kindred spirits. So thank you. Thank you, guys. Let's have a great day. And hey, I guarantee you there's deals in your pipeline right now. Find a fear and give them some courage. Find their fear and bring them some courage, guys. That's what you got to do. Find the fear and bring them some courage. Okay. Love you guys. Have a great day.
See y'all later. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Later.